Hey everyone, it's me again. You're probably sick of the videos by now. My hair is lightening though. It's getting back to this sort of blonde state. So this is the third of three videos. We're going to talk about looking up hashtags on Twitter. These are some examples of responses to different hashtags that we can look up. One from the list below, the other can also be from the list, or you can just choose it. Sometimes when you look on some of the news areas of Twitter, you'll be able to see what's trending and be able to look around there. Remember, you're going to talk to about one Twitter account or hashtag, as well as one of the online resources that we've seen listed. So I'm going to go, here I am in home on Twitter. Sorry about it's mine. But what you can do is you can search Twitter. One of the famous ones is Me Too, which people were using to talk about harassment in different industries. Here's someone who's been accused of something. The top recent hashtags in it. I mean, we talk about one of the ways you can talk about these hashtags and how they connect to literary studies is that you can people are having these conversations about interactions that are the focus of literary works. I mean, there are works that I teach where, women are harassed and it is turned into a quote-unquote love story. Because, if you know the story of Twilight, for example, it's presented as a love story, but he's creeping up in her house and outside her window and he's kind of stalking her. And that's pretty disturbing. So we have, all different people who are representing their positions on sexual assault, and you just scroll through and you see all kinds of things. And because this one is relatively well known, you're also going to find people appropriating it for different other movements, because they know people will look at this hashtag. So that can also be a really difficult subject to talk about. Apparently we have an ad for Disney World in our Me Too area. I don't even know. There's also that Netflix documentary that's coming out where they marketed it in a very problematic way. So you can do other searches. One is Say Her Name, which is about black women victims of police violence, especially Breonna Taylor, whom we're seeing here. This is something that, look at her, that is relevant to the kind of work we do in the humanities. I mean, we have, books that are responding to violence like this. We have works of literary criticism that intersect with critical race theory. The novel itself became popular in the 18th century during a time when wealth increased exponentially as the result of a colonial economy that included the enslavement of human beings. All that extra money comes from something, comes from the oppression of someone. It doesn't just emerge out of air. So these are all things that relate to English study and literary study. So this is a way that you can look up different hashtags. You can also look up different writers. If you really want to go into the sort of J.K. Rowling debacle and learn about that controversy, you can definitely do that. There are all different options available to you. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, let's do the slavery adverts. 250. It's not, it's okay. There we go. We follow each other. This is the one that I was talking about in the earlier video, and it's very simple. And Carl Keyes just goes and he finds ads, and just, I mean, you can go back 250 years from forever, really. You know, even something that you might not think of as, you know, someone found a silver watch and turned it in. And, you know, he went to the printer and said, hey, could you put an ad in the paper? And the person who finds it could pay for the ad, because this guy wouldn't have had money to pay for the ad. So things like this I find really fascinating. You see that they had a particular, what looks like a runaway child woodcut image that was used to illustrate what it was like when someone ran away. So yeah, this is a really outstanding account to follow and to read, and you know, you could spend days reading it. You know, and here what you have is someone who's going to be paid. So this is a freedman that someone wants to hire. Obviously, that doesn't change the culture in which this person lived, but this is from 1770, and this is from the South Carolina Gazette and Country Journal. So someone wanted to hire a free black man. And yeah, I guess that's, at least that happened, I guess. Everything else is pretty bad. But it's these unique ads that kind of stand out. So yeah, so we know that, oh gosh. Well, my recommended Twitter is Kids in Virtual Kindergarten, of whom I have one, and Triscuits. There we are. So yeah, you know, if you don't know Twitter, it's really useful to look at academic Twitter. Look at the kinds of things that interest you and see if you can find scholars to follow. You know, if you're looking, in my case, you know, I am a professor, so, I mean, the people who follow me, some of them I don't know, but, you know, here's someone who went to UCLA, 18th century literature, like I am. Here's, you know, early Victorian. I tend to follow people back if they're, like, I'll follow you all back if you want, or if they're academics like I am, even if I don't know them. Women and gender studies. This person is writing a graphic novel about the poet and painter William Blake, which I think is really cool. There's my friend Brad, who's in a mood. Let's see. Yeah, there's all kinds of things. Sometimes a journal will follow you if there's a publication, like a poetry journal or a research library. They have pages and you can follow them, and sometimes there are talks. If you're interested in, for example, early American works, the American Antiquarian Society has a Twitter, and they will post links to upcoming talks on there. Same kind of thing with Rare Book School at the University of Virginia, the Huntington Library in Los Angeles. There are a lot of good options there. So some of my colleagues here. Maybe I should follow the mini crossword people. There you go, sphinxcrosswords.com. We'll see how you do. So yeah, there's all kinds of cool people. If there's anyone I've, missed. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, that's me, Dr. Laura Miller. And that is pretty much it for this, introducing this part of the unit. So a lot of it is doing work on the internet, learning new things, learning what there is out there that is free. There's more than I've shown you. It's the tip of the iceberg, but at least I can give you a gesture to the iceberg and what it's like. All right. So I'm going to have a Dropbox available on CourseDen for that 1 to 2 page mini paper. you know, if you have it done by the end of the month, that would be great. If not, just check in with me and we'll talk about it, okay? All right, lovely colleagues. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.